Hello YouTube, Totalhenry here, and I was just at Anime New York over the last three days. The convention has ended today, and I spent a ton of money on manga and other stuff, so I thought I would show you guys what I got. So, I'm going to try to make this quick because this may be a long video. The very first thing I got was a t-shirt, a Pikachu t-shirt. I don't usually buy, whenever I go to conventions, I usually just buy books, but I actually bought some non-comics, so that's kind of weird for me. But anyway, I don't know, I thought this was a cool t-shirt. I think maybe I'll wear it for the rest of the video. There we go. I can't really see it, but whatever. Pikachu. And this was my ID card and pass with a Naruto lanyard. So after that, I got a poster. Let's see if I can show this on camera. I had a lot of fun at Anime New York, lots of buying stuff. I was at the Artist Alley a little bit. I didn't show my own art there just because I wasn't really, all the artists were doing pinups and there weren't a lot of comic book artists, and that's more what I'm trying to do with my own art. But, you know, I still had a lot of fun. I enjoyed looking at the art and buying shit. So the poster I got is Batman Detective Comics, I believe it was issue 64. Whatever issue it is, this is like the first issue of Batman. I'm sure many people out there have seen this cover. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'll probably hang it on my doors, I don't know, somewhere in the room. I hope I have enough space to put this on my wall somewhere. I will properly store that later. Then the next thing I got is kind of weird for me because I don't really buy figures. I'm not a figure person. I'm not a pop figure person. But I'm a huge fan of BTS. And I saw that they had BTS Pop Figures like a few weeks ago. I heard about this and I was like, I want those. So I happened to be so I was at the convention and I saw a pop figure booth or seller, and I went up to him and I asked, do you have any BTS figures? This was on Friday. And he said, I only have Suga. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I really do. I like Suga. All the figures here are based on their Dynamite music video. So I bought Suga. And the guy told me, we have the other 6, but not here. Like, they're back at the store. So I was like, okay. So I came back on Saturday, and I went to the same exact place, and I asked another person. I said, do you have any BTS figures? And he goes, all we have are right over there in that shelf. So I bought V, RM, J-Hope. There's a lot of glare on these. And Jimin. Unfortunately, they did not have Jin or Jungkook. So I am missing those 2, right? I have 5 of the 7. It's yeah. So I will eventually, at some point, be buying the last 2 just because, as I said, I really like BTS and I don't want to get into it, but they do actually mean a lot to me. Just the music and their message. So I will at some point be picking up the last 2, and that sort of ends my interest in these pop figures. You know, like Naruto and the Avatar ones and the other franchises that I do like. I am sort of interested in those, but I just don't want to fall down this rabbit hole of the pop figures. There's just something about the BTS ones that I thought were really, really cool. I did open the Shugo one just to see what it was like. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep them sealed. I'm not really a keep them sealed kind of person. I like to open stuff because I feel that like that's the intended purpose. So I probably will open them, but I may just put them back in the box to display them because I don't know. I like them. I like how they're sort of displayed in the box, and it's easy to see who's is whose or which one's which. But yeah, so let's set these aside. That takes care of all the non-manga and comics. All the rest of the stuff I got are books. Stack these over here. I need to find a place in my room for these. Okay, so now the next thing I got is I got Haikyuu Volume 22, 23, 24, and 25. So I am currently reading Haikyuu. I was reading it a few years ago when it came out, and then I stopped reading it. And once it ended, I was like, okay, I will go back to it. And it's a fantastic series. I don't know why I stopped reading it in the first place. Well, I do know, but that's the story for another day. So I am currently on chapter like 330 or something. So I've about 70 chapters left to go. And I don't know why. I wish I was reading it faster, but I just kind of keep forgetting about it and doing other things. So aside from these four, I already had volumes 1 and 2, and I'm not in any rush to pick up the series. I would like to finish reading the series because it's fantastic. I love sports in general. I also love manga, as you guys can tell, and this is just such an incredible series. I probably don't need to spend too much time on it because I think most people know about the series and have read this series. I chose these volumes simply because I wanted to get volumes in order so that when I start to read it, I wasn't getting like volume 16 and 33. I could just, have 4 straight volumes to sort of read in order. But yeah, so really looking forward to reading these, and I think at some point I'll probably get the rest of the volumes. Then I got Frankenstein by Junji Ito. I am not a huge Junji Ito fan simply because I'm a scaredy cat. All I've read of his is Uzumaki. I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for his work and what he does. I just, I don't know. It's not someone that I'm gonna go out and buy all his work for just because, as I said, I'm kind of a scaredy cat. But I like to, sort of keep up to date, and I like reading new things. I have read the original Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and that is absolutely fantastic. So this piqued my interest in it. I'm trying to be careful with showing. I want to show art from in here, but at the same time, I don't want to spoil any of the surprises for me. I've also seen the Junji Ito Manben show or episode with Naoki Urasawa. I highly recommend that if you guys haven't watched that, and if you're interested in manga, especially like if you're interested in actually like creating your own comics or manga, I highly recommend the whole Manben series with Naoki Urasawa. But the Junji Ito episode is just phenomenal. Next, I got Kaiji Gambling Apocalypse Volume 3. This is actually kind of funny because I recently started rereading Volume 1, like a few days before the convention started, because I had purchased Volume 2 a few weeks prior to that. So I saw Volume 3 and I was like, this is great. Now I can read, straight through and have another volume to read. I want to be careful here with, I don't want to spoil stuff as I show you guys some of the art. The art is super weird in this series, but it's such a good series. I have not seen Squid Game, but from what I've heard, it's basically Kaiji. Like, Kaiji did it first. Here's the back if you guys want to read it. I highly recommend Kaiji. It's a fantastic series. I hear good things about the anime, but I don't usually watch a lot of anime. Next up, I made a whole list of manga that I had before I went to the convention, so I could just see, so I knew exactly what volumes I had. Obviously, I don't want to pick up repeats. So one series I added I added a little bit more, was Case Closed, volume 30 and 31. I bought. I love Case Closed. I've probably said that before in other manga halls. Um, I saw so many Case Closed volumes. It's amazing how many volumes of the series there are, and how Osho Oyama sensei, he never seems to run out of ideas. It's just incredible. I love the series. Again, I'm in no rush to buy it because they're just, the series is so popular. I would like to own all of it. That's kind of insane, given that there's probably 70 volumes printed in English, probably 90 plus in Japan, or whatever the number is. But yeah, again, I can't say enough good things about it. I take my time when I read these, and I try to like solve the mystery before they give us the answer. And I think I've in like 29 volumes that I've read, I've only managed to do that once. And even then, I didn't know exactly how the bad guy did it. I just was like, that guy, he's the killer. But whatever. Again, fantastic series. And this is also a series that I I don't read it online. I don't know why. Like, I just prefer reading it in the physical volumes. So I can't. It's not like Haikyuu where I can be like, oh, I've already read this. I'll buy volumes. I can just buy like random volumes and fill in the gaps. I feel like Case Closed, I need to buy them in order. So when I saw all those volumes there, and I was like, damn it, they don't have 32. So I guess I'm stuck with just these two volumes. I mean, I could buy those there and then order the other ones on Amazon, but don't poke holes in my, let's call it, logic. The next volumes I got, I've been on a Yu-Gi-Oh kick lately. I've been watching a lot of CMO's videos, like the Progression series, History of Yu-Gi-Oh, History of Jank, stuff like that. And I love manga, especially the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. So I got Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal Volume 1 and Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal Volume 2. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Zexal. I've heard Zeal, but I think it's Zexal. I am sort of watching the anime. I've been watching the Zexal anime like on and off for like a year or two. I'm still in the first season. I've seen like 65 episodes, and I've always wanted to read the manga. I think maybe I've read a little bit, like I got it from my local library. I love Yu-Gi-Oh so much, and I would like to have all the volumes, all the original series from the original Yu-Gi-Oh up through Millennium World, GX, Zexal, 5Ds, Arc 5, 7s, or Reigns probably has a manga. Arc 7's probably gonna, is it Arc 7? Whatever. 7's probably gonna get a manga. So yeah, again, and they had a bunch of volumes, but they didn't have volume 3, so I don't know, maybe the OCD in my brain was like, just get the first two. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading these. Then, along with the Yu-Gi-Oh theme, I got Arc V Volume 2 and Arc V Volume 3. I already have Volume 1. I've had Volume 1 for like a year or two. These ones actually came with a card. Volume 2 came with the cover monster. I believe this is Clearwing not Synchro Dragon, Clearwing Fast Dragon. I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I've started doing a Yu-Gi-Oh progression series inspired by SEMO with my friends, but the modern cards, and especially pendulum monsters, I don't really understand. I understand how links work, but like pendulums, I have a hard time understanding, especially a pendulum synchro. I could not tell you how this works. It's just like a stupid wall of text, but it's a cool card. I don't know. I will put it in a binder, keep it safe. Then the next, can't get it out. Okay. So then in volume 3, I got this card. God, what's it called? DDD Destiny King Zero Laplace. Probably pronounced that wrong, but geez, look at this text. I know from one episode of the Progression series where Gage, I think it was Gage, played DDDs. Maybe it was Simo. These cards just have like super long effects. I'm not sure if this is really if this is focusing on the card. But yeah, I just look at that and I'm like, I'm not going to take the time to read all that. But anyway, super excited to have the manga. That's the point. I read volume 1 a few years ago. I liked it. I'd like to finish the Zexal anime so I can watch the Arc 5 anime. But right now, I guess the manga will tide me over for that. There's a huge stack of shit right there. Okay, then so the next thing that I have is an old. Excuse me. I should have some water. Okay, so the next series I have is called Oshi Hinbo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a very famous manga in Japan. It's one of the best-selling series of all time. It has like over 100 million copies sold, maybe 200 million copies sold. It's in the top 10. It's a super long-running series. It has over 100 volumes, and it's about food. It's a excuse me. It's not like Shokugeki no Soma about food. Like, this is actually seriously about food, and you can learn a lot about food from it in Japanese culinary culture. So as I said, there's like 100 plus volumes in Japan. Viz Media released 7, and those 7 volumes are compilation volumes, kind of what they did with Golago 13. So it kind of sucks that they've only released 7 and they're all grouped in different categories. Like, so this one right here is about sake, as you can see. So I have 1 volume of these. I have like technically the first volume, like the first one that was released, and that was about Japanese cuisine, and all of those stories tend to focus around just quintessential aspects of Japanese cuisine, like sashimi and general, just sort of like how you prepare food. So I imagine this volume is just going to be all about sake. The art is kind of unique. There are also interesting things in here about food, and there are recipes at the start of the volume. The art is okay. I think it's kind of has like this feel like sort of 80s look to it, or sort of like kind of an old style. But again, I just find this incredibly interesting. Let me see if I can find one of the recipes or something at the start. Yeah, they have really cool recipes at the start of each volume. I'd like to try some of these out. So anyway, I got the sake volume. Then I got the fish, sushi, and sashimi. This is the vegetable volume. This is the Joy of Rice. The general overarching story is this is the main character on the back. I forget his name, but he works for a food newspaper or magazine, and he's basically supposed to be doing this grand article on food. So he's traveling around Japan looking for like recipes and dishes to add to this article, and he just has all these sort of adventures of different restaurant owners, and this girl right here is sort of his friend. She's sort of the heroine of the series. They eventually get married. I guess that's kind of a spoiler, but in the very first volume, like some of the stories in it, they're not married. Then the very next chapter, they are married, because the stories are like taken from this decade-long history of the series. And then the last volume I got is Izakaya Pub Food. Did I pronounce that? Izakaya, yeah. So I guess there's a special kind of cuisine that you eat at pubs. And I think as you can see on the back, it says something about how it's sold over 100 million copies, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I am very excited to have these volumes. I find this series just incredibly interesting, incredibly fascinating. I am missing one volume. As I said, I already have like the first volume, the first one that's released. I am missing the volume about ramen. The booth only had these 5 volumes, so I think I'm gonna buy the last one I need on Amazon before I start to read this. Maybe I'll buy the 2 BTS Pop Figures as I'm doing that order, but yeah, I'm in no rush. As you can see, I have a huge stack of stuff to get to. And also, I just have a lot of the stuff I bought from New York Comic Con. That was like the last video I uploaded. I haven't read most of that stuff either. So I'm in no hurry, but this is I think, a very cool series and one not a lot of people know about. So happy to have more of the volumes. Then the next one I got, and this is the only American comic book series that I got. As you can imagine, most of the shops there were selling anime and manga, but there was one booth that was selling American comics, so I went and looked, and I got a bunch of Conan the Barbarian comics. I don't know anything about Conan. I know a lot about Conan the Barbarian, but not about Conan the Barbarian. This is a Dark Horse series. This is issue 0, issue 1, issue 2. Can I show that on YouTube? Whatever. I get so little views, it doesn't really matter. So this is issue 3, I believe. There's a little bit of a glare. I caught that. This is issue 4. Okay, I'm going to open this just so we can see the art inside. I haven't looked inside these at all. Oh, this is beautiful. I like this. I like this sort of style. I don't know. It looks almost like painted a little bit. I don't know when this series was published. I don't know how new it is. Again, I don't know anything about this character. But I don't know. I'm definitely interested to read it. This is volume. This is issue 5. Issue 6. Is that red Sona in the background? That might be. Oh, that's cool. 7. This is kind of a cool cover. The glare is just killing me. Oh boy. Issue 8. Can I show this on YouTube too? Issue 9. Issue 10. Issue 11. Some of these covers are starting to look pretty cool with the watercolor. I wonder if the art is different inside. This is going to be a long video, but I don't know. I don't really care. Of course, people only watch like a minute or 2 of all my videos, so, whatever. People are just going to scrub through this. Well, there's so many ads in here. Okay. I guess the art kind of looks the same. I enjoy it when the art is consistent inside. I guess that's one of the reasons I like manga more than American comics. It also kills me when you buy a comic book, an American comic, and you buy it because the cover catches your eye, and then you open it up and the art is just completely different from what's on the cover. That was volume 11, and this is the last issue, volume 12. So I got all of these 13 issues, because remember there was an issue 0. I don't know what that's about. I actually got all of these for $10. That's absurd. Like, this was in a, there were a bunch of bins with all the comics. They were all marked half off. And I grabbed this and I was like, this really can't be half off. Like, I can understand single issues being half off, but this just seems too good of a deal. And I asked the guy, I was like, this is $10, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, isn't that great? So, yeah, I say this with every book, but I'm looking forward to reading this. Unlike the other books I got, I have no idea what to expect from that Conan thing. Because I've never read it before. I don't know if he has superpowers. I think he's just like Batman and just like super strong and jacked. Now, the very last thing I got, this is the last thing. Okay, cool. The very last thing I got is this One Piece. It's not Color Walk. It's a Color Walk, basically, collection, and it has art from East Blue to Skypiea. I am a huge fan of One Piece, as I think everybody is, and I've wanted some of these color walk books for a long time, and I found this one, and I thought, you know what? I'm already spending a lot of money. Why not? Let's look at some of this. Um, Ichiro Oda, he's not my favorite artist, but there's just something about his style that I really like, especially his color, his color pages and his sort of double page spreads. I just think they're so inventive and so imaginative. And I'm just looking through there. I'm not even like showing you guys this stuff. So I'm already like interested in this. I don't know. It's just so lively and colorful, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun just going through this. For all my love of One Piece, and I guess like Naruto and stuff like that, I've not drawn any of those characters on my channel. Maybe I have like one video of Luffy or something. But yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that is my gigantic anime New York haul. Got a crap ton of stuff. Almost knocked over my pop figures. So I hope you guys. Oh, I didn't realize I set the cards on there. Okay, this is a mess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this this video. I'd like to make more videos. I say that after every video. So whatever. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell. I don't care about the bell. I don't know. Give me thoughts on if you have any thoughts or recommendations on the series that I got, or I don't know, anything I talked about. Leave it in the comment section, or just if you want to just write a comment about anything. I don't care. Thank you guys for watching.